fan, obviously, of ASOS for years and years and years. I've always bought from them. You know, they're always reinventing things. We're always trying to be one step ahead.
I really love what I do, and I really love my job, and I really love my team, and I really love the company. And I think that when I'm speaking to candidates, that shines through.
I grew up in a really rural village in Gloucestershire where there are very few jobs, especially not in fashion.
I'd found Kim, obviously, on LinkedIn, and the first time we spoke on the phone, it was almost like instantly there was a connection there.
I studied graphic design at university, so I wanted a space to show my designs, show my work, like an online portfolio.
What really struck me straight away was her blog. I feel like I got an insight into her as a person.
You know, a year or so ago, I didn't really think of LinkedIn as being a platform to find a job.
She just was a perfect fit.
I remember having my hand over the phone because I was just grinning. You know, my smile was massive on my face. I was trying not to just scream with excitement. Hopefully she didn't hear me.
Like, you can hear the smile in their voice when you call them because they're so excited. You really feel like you go along the journey with them, for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talent Connect 2016. Here are your hosts, Vice President of Global Talent Acquisition, Brendan Browne, and Director Talent Acquisition, Jennifer Shappley.
Thank you.
"4,000 of us are here today. We're going to have over 10,000 people on the stream from across the world. Talent Connect has become one of the biggest and most unique gatherings of people in our profession of talent acquisition from anywhere around the world. And what's more is this is a time when who the heck knows what's going to happen in our industry, right? Things are moving at light speed. Where are things going to be in 2 years or 5 years or 10 years? I am absolutely pumped to be here. Give yourselves a round of applause.
And of course, when you have 4,000 talent acquisition professionals in one room, got some interesting people. A few fun stats about the audience. So this group in the last 12 months has hired nearly 1 million people. It's pretty impressive. We represent over 100 industries. You guys have traveled here from over 50 countries. And everybody go ahead and raise your hand with me. Languages. How many languages do each of us speak? 1, 2. I see some 4s and 5s. Smart people, show-offs, all right. I speak 1, unless you count Southern. Do y'all count Southern? I'll give myself like a half, so 1.5. Combined, this group, we speak over 80 languages. It's incredible. Is that a round of applause? I heard a couple. We'll give it. All right. So we have an incredibly diverse audience here. Thank you guys for joining us. Fun thing that we're adding this year, I want to let you guys know about. So probably have some Snapchat fans out there. We have a Snapchat filter. So encourage you guys. Brendan and I took a picture. We've got it. Yep, woo. So we've got our Snapchat filter. Check it out on the feed, but want you guys to look at that. But just take a moment and appreciate the diversity of the audience that we have here today.
And that's one of the things I love most about Talent Connect is the diversity of backgrounds, diversity of perspectives, diversity of styles, diversity of thought. It's absolutely incredible. And when do we get a time to just step back out of the day-to-day grind, out of the day-to-day pressure we're under, to invest in ourselves, in each other, in these relationships? This is our community. I mean, look around you. This is our profession. It's such a unique thing to come together like this and invest in the relationships that maybe you've already started and begin relationships that'll be brand new, and who knows where they'll take you in the future.
And I love this community. This is my 6th time attending Talent Connect. I'm sure we've got a lot of veterans here today. My first time was as a customer when I was with Express Scripts, and I have loved this event. It's always been my favorite recruiting event to come to. And so for those of you who may be newer this year, maybe this is your first or second Talent Connect, can I give you 3 tips as we get into these next few days? So first, meet new people. Look around this audience. These are some of the most open, collaborative people you're ever going to meet. This community is about helping each other. So take the chance. You got your badges. You see people's names. This is your permission to introduce yourself. If there's an organization whose recruiting strategy you really admire, introduce yourself. Ask questions. Meet somebody new. 2, come up with a game plan. I'm sure many of you have been studying the agenda and looking at what sessions you want to go to over the next few days. Take a moment to reflect back on what is it you want to leave here with, and then plan accordingly. And for those of you that are here with the team, even better. Break up, maximize your learning, make sure you get to different sessions. And then the third thing, take great notes. So I remember it was always so frustrating. I'd hear all these amazing ideas, and then I'd go home and I'd try to remember it, and I couldn't quite get my mind around it. So take great notes of sessions, follow up, going back to that first recommendation, meet new people. This is your network. These are the people that you're going to reach out to when you get back. As I reflect back, some of the most amazing learning moments I've had within the talent acquisition industry have come through people that I've met at Talent Connect over the years.
And there are so many things that I think we all love about Talent Connect. This is my favorite. Relationships matter. It's one of our core values at LinkedIn. This is the absolute beating heart, the pulse of the meaning of relationships matter. We are in the talent business. It's built upon relationships. It's such a unique time to get together and celebrate. And it's also a time for us to maybe step back and think about the people that have impacted you in your career. For me, it's many, so many people. So it's time to maybe think and reflect about the gratitude you may have. I think back to Mike White. I was a snot-nosed punk in Boston. Mike hired me out of school, and Mike would shadow me. You know, shadow me, follow me in everything I did. I'd be making sourcing calls. Mike would be on his headset listening to everything I said. Anyone been in that situation with someone shouting them on calls? Then I'd be interviewing people. Mike would join me in a conference room, watch me interview. And then I'd be trying to close deals. I thought I was some kind of badass closing deals. He'd be watching me. And I remember one of the first trying to close a deal, came out of this conference room with a candidate, sat down with Mike in his office. I'm all pumped. I'm like, Mike, what do you think? He just folds his arms like this, looks at me, he's like, Brandon, man, you are a complete white belt. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm a white belt. And it turns out Mike is actually a black belt in Taekwondo, pretty tough guy from Boston. He said, you know what white belts do? I'm like, I know, Mike, I don't know what white belts do. He said, white belts, they come out, they swing at everything, and they hit nothing. You are making zero connection. You're a goose egg, dude. He said, you need to step back, you need to observe what's happening, you need to listen to what the candidate really wants, and you need to let that game come to you. He also taught me the importance of silence, the power of the pause. Because with a pause, you can draw in some attention. So Mike, I'm embarrassed to say I haven't talked to you in a long time. So thank you for taking the time to invest in me so early in my career. Those are axioms I carry with me today. Thank you.
There are so many people that have impacted my career as well, probably many in this room. There's one person I think of, David Mejia. He was the head of talent acquisition for the first organization I ever worked for. I remember being a couple of years out of schools, working in HR, trying to figure out what does this mean, what do I do next? And I started to hear about recruiting. A couple of people had mentioned that to me, and I thought, that sounds really interesting. So David happened to be visiting our office one day. And so he was kind enough to sit down, give me, this very junior employee, a few moments. And I said, I think this might be what I want to do. And David gave me some feedback, and then within the next couple of weeks called me and said, I'd like you to fly out to headquarters. I want you to spend some time with me. I want you to spend some time with my team. And then you can really see if this was what you want to do. And so over the next few days after I flew out there, I sat down with David. He coached me on what TA really was, where the industry was going. And I got to shadow his team and learn more about pipelining and sourcing and all of these things. And I left that, came back, knowing recruiting was what I wanted to do, and immediately set down the path of going there with my career. And so I just thank you, David, and I thank you for the moment you took to help coach me and give me that opportunity.
And I wanted to give a quick shout out to Lindsay Trout, who's an amazing recruiter. And many years back, was working with Lindsay. She was recruiting on a job that I really, really wanted. International job, looked awesome. I thought I was doing pretty well in the interview. Sat down early on a weekday, my kitchen in California, to take a phone call, to hear what was going on, what were the next steps in this process. Sat down, took the call. Lindsay just let me have it. She said, look, Brendan, we're not moving forward. You came up short. Here's some of the things you really missed. Feel like there's an opportunity for you to get better here. Maybe next time you could think about taking a different tact into the interview in this regard. And man, it was cringeworthy. It was like, ugh, my defenses, my white belting wanted to come out. But you know what? In retrospect, I reflect on that and I say that is incredibly powerful conversation to have. The empathy, compassion, and candor that you delivered those messages to me, Lindsay, I appreciate that time you took to invest. It's made an impact. Thank you.
I also think, so once I got into recruiting, started off in this coordination role, but I want to become a recruiter. I know this is what I want to do. And so a woman named Katie Carlson, who led our sales recruiting team at the time, went to Nashville to train with her. And I come in, I'm like, I've got this, I'm great, put me on the phone. And she's like, maybe, not quite yet. Sat me in a room, I'm sure many of us went through this back in the day, sat across from me on the table, and had me make calls. And I hang up the phone, I think, oh my goodness, I just killed it. And she gives me the list. She's like, let me walk you through a few things you did well, a few things maybe I think you could work on. As I remember it, I think things you did well might have said, you said this is Jennifer, and the things you did well were about 3 pages. And I remember in that moment, like, oh, it was kind of tough to hear. But I still have those notes, and I still look back on them. And I think it's that constructive feedback that I so appreciate, and just the fact that she wanted to make me better. I'm so grateful for Katie for that time.
So these are some of the folks who have impacted us. Take some time and reflect on the people that impacted you, and better yet, think about the people that you're going to impact in that way. It doesn't matter what level you are in the company you work at. Anyone can make an impact with anyone with the right choice and right investment. Which takes me to the theme of this year's Talent Connect, which is great talent starts with you. We know this. Hiring managers all over the place think recruiting's easy. People think it's a simple thing to do. No one has any idea what it takes to do the incredible work that we do day in and day out. And what's incredible about it is we have one of the most unique responsibilities in the working world anywhere, period, full stop. And you know why? Because you're working with another human being, having them make decisions about their life, fulfilling their potential, fulfilling their dreams, aligning their hopes and wishes, may impact them obviously personally, financially, where they live, their family. This is an incredible responsibility. And what's even more unique about it is we're the gatekeepers. You want your company to be awesome? Source, interview, and hire awesome people. You can change the trajectory of the companies, these amazing companies that we're all here representing. That is what makes this profession the most unique in the working world.
And if great talent starts with us, then how important is it that we invest in ourselves? And these next 3 days, that's what it's about. It's about us taking the time to invest in ourselves. So I hope you take a moment, Really engage in the sessions. Expand your network. This is your 3 days out of the office. Invest in yourselves, make yourselves better, take it back to your teams, because great talent starts with this group.
So let's get to the agenda. Today, we've got Wade Burgess from LinkedIn, who's going to be coming out talking about just how crucial the role of a recruiter is to the success of any organization.
I'm sure we have some Netflix fans here today.
I'm sure.
We have Nelly Peshkov. Woo! Nelly Peshkov, the head of talent acquisition with Netflix. And they have created a thriving culture of recruitment that she's going to share with us, and also how they've partnered with their business to do it.
And we've got Debra Francis White, who's made the trip over from Europe. Debra is incredible. She brought the house down at Talent Connect London last year. She's going to be talking about charismatic leadership, something that I am so excited to learn about and learn from.
Sounds like a pretty good agenda.
I think it's awesome.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I don't think you're ready.
I'm ready.
I don't think so. You think they're ready?
Are you ready? They don't look ready. They actually don't look ready.
This group, yes.
They don't look ready.
I'm not sure you guys are ready. Have you been to Talent Connect? All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Can we hear you guys? All right.
Are you ready for Talent Connect?
Are you ready for Talent Connect? All right, one more time.
Are you ready for Talent Connect?
Better.
That's like a B+. I'm actually not satisfied with that. Seriously. Seriously, okay, I get it. Maybe you didn't have the coffee, you just flew in. We got people from all over the world. At least humor me.
Make
Right.
Brendan feel better, please.
Yes, please. All right?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Are
you ready for Talent Connect? Thank you.